Welcome in. Welcome to Anti-Chats and Tarot. Hello, Taurus. Let's get to your message. Remembering not everything's going to resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself. Remembering you're in charge of what you let in and what you don't in life. I thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Please like this video, hype this video, subscribe to the channel, comment. Is there something you don't see here, Taurus, already that's coming through? Something you don't see. I think you think you've got a handle on it, but I'm sensing that you don't. Okay, you've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. Messages for Taurus. Here we go. Something about dropping competition. Drop the competition. The competitive energy, drop it. King of Cups in the reverse. You're getting too emotional about something that's competitive. It doesn't behoove you. Drop the competitiveness. It's kind of making you ugly. This is not you. This is not you. It's making your interactions ugly. It's making you feel ugly. Yeah, no, this is not you. But it's starting to grow. And it's making you feel sick. Like, I feel like your stomach churns. Ace of Wands. You're all about enlightenment and what's new and what can you learn and what inspires you and inspiring others. Okay, remember that. That's what you are. That's what you are. Leave the competitive behind. Leave the competitive behind. Like, tuck it in. Get rid of it. It's making you unstable. The Hermit. You're much better than this. You're much more enlightened. Why are you kind of dipping into this zone? Why are you being tempted to dip into a zone? I think you don't dip. You don't go there. The Moon. What you don't see. Yeah, we started with that. There's something you don't see. What don't you see? Some trickery around you that's kind of like a tentacle. Is there a new social group? And they kind of tentacled you in, but they're not to be trusted, so that's bugging you because you know instinctively don't trust them, but yet you want to be in the group, something like that. Temperance in the reverse. This is an unbalanced group, or this is not a group for you. They throw you off balance here. They're competitive with you. They're pretending to be supportive friends, but they're really competitive. They just want to know your story is maybe why they brought you in the first place. Page of Cups, or Page of Pentacles, sideways. You think, is this an opportunity? Or is this me providing entertainment or something for them? Or clout for them, or something like that? That's where you're sitting, Taurus, between a rock and a hard place there. The Magician. In the reverse, I feel like they are not friends. I feel like they do not. It's what you can do for them. They are not wishing you well. I don't even think you're on their radar as far as hoping things are good for you. The Sun. They are not interested in your happiness. Your connection to them is all about what you can provide them. Ten of Swords, shut it down. And and that's why the conflict comes in. Messy conflict here. King of Swords, you know better. Seven of Pentacles, you know to invest in yourself. And they want to invest in you too, because they want what you have. But what you have cannot be bottled. What you have cannot be because they're standing next to you. They get it. They think like some sort of networking or some sort of, if they're around you, somehow they'll pick this up, or they'll be able to network where you network. This is not meant for them. Your secret sauce isn't meant for them. They're not going to gain the secret sauce. I think they eventually just turn on you if it doesn't. And they're not planning on investing too long. They want an outcome quickly. So if this doesn't turn around for them in a way that they're hoping for, they will turn on you and probably start telling stories, telling tales. Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you don't need this hassle. And why you're off emotionally is because you can feel it. You instinctively know what's going down here, but you just want to hold out hope. And I feel like Spirit's saying, shut it down. You know better. Knight of Pentacles. Just because it's moving slowly, Spirit's just, I feel like this read is really about never second guess your intuition. You know what's happening here. And the fact that you override it is what's causing you a lot of instability here and a lot of emotional turmoil. They want you to inspire them, sure. They see that you're the light in situations. You're the light in the room. They're the moths, okay? Knight of Cups. But I feel like it's definitely an energy where they really don't care about you at all. And so shut down the emotions here. You've gone through too much. You're way too sharp for this. You understand what's going on. Your intuition is on point. You know when people are truly there for you authentically and really caring about you or loving you, and when they're not, okay? And I'm hearing this, you know, how do they respond to you? Do they respond to you in a way that is like someone who cares about you? Or do they respond to you kind of in a robotic sort of way? Or in a flippant, I don't care way, okay? Or a fake care? You know, you're bright enough to pick up on all of this. And that's how you know. Shut it down emotionally. Because the answer to that question is that they're not putting themselves out there. It isn't an authentic, I care about you type of interaction you have or response you get from them because it doesn't exist. It's a, let's maneuver this so that we can benefit from your presence or your secret sauce, like I've said. Free yourself from this. The message is pretty clear here, Taurus. What else do we have? And I often get this from my guides. Keep it simple and just introduce the clear message and keep it short and simple. Justice. You will have justice here by taking care of yourself. Investment in self. Yeah, the imbalance. There's a lot of imbalance here with these people. They're in lack. They may present themselves as, you know, having everything, you know, being on the ball and having so much, you know, monetarily. They are a wreck. They are, yeah. They don't have it all together. Their lives are shambles. Their marriages are shambles. They're staging themselves in a certain way, but they're really in a lot of lack. They're not motivated anymore, and they see you, and you're like the bright, the motivation, the as we saw with the Ace of Wands, the inspiration for others and being inspired, and they want that. This is secret sauce. They want the secret sauce. They want the recipe to the secret sauce, and they think you're just going to hand it over. After you've worked so hard and you've gone through so much and you've been naturally blessed by the divine, you're not going to hand that over. You can't hand that over. They couldn't handle it anyway. Yeah, this is disharmony up and down this read. Disharmony, this group. Yeah, they want to celebrate something big. They don't have things to celebrate. They want your knowledge, your wisdom, your well-traveled, or, you know, you're an old soul. They want that. And they just want it neatly handed to them and probably even wrapped. And you're not going to do that either. You're not going to do any of that. Yeah, reject this for sure. They also think you have some very abundant foundation going, and they want to know how you've done that at such a young age. Again, your secret sauce. Block this. Get clear on the trickery here. Get clear on the toxicity, because the more you engage in this, the more this affects your, it affects your personality, then it affects it'll be a domino effect. It's already affecting your emotions, then it affects your personality, then it affects your interactions, then it affects your abundance. It goes on and on and on. And there's a lot of untruths here. This group will turn on you and start lying about you if they don't get the secret sauce. If this doesn't work out the way that they are planning, and it's not going to, they'll be emotionally unstable, unhinged. They kind of want you to go there, and that's just happening because you're going against your own intuition here. So you get that under control, and then, things smooth out for you, but not for them. But they like to see you dip down into that lower vibing way that they have. Yeah, stay away from this. This is bad news. This group is bad news. They do a lot of trauma bonding, a lot of complaining. That's how you'll know, life is this, that, and the other, even though they claim that they have it all figured out and they've got, a lot of monetary stuff. But there are a lot of problems there. Like, they may look apart, but they're in debt, or something like that. They may drive the right car, but, the car is not going to be theirs for much longer, or something like that, Or there's trickery there with how they have the car. Yeah. Get clarity on this. You're very clear. You're very clear. So it's not so much get clarity. It's like embrace the clarity already. Yeah. Heartbreak with these connections. Absolutely. And they'll want you to work for them. Start working for them. No. They present as they're going to be very much soulmate energy. Absolutely not. This will not be an even exchange. They'll expect you to be very generous, and then they'll be even rude or abusive to you. I feel like more abusive in their comments, but abusive also in exchanges that are unfair. They'll expect the world from you, and they will criticize you and give you nothing in return. Yeah. Find your true happiness. Stay with it. This group is not for you. Absolutely. Absolutely, without question. Message in a bottle. Okay, a lot of times messages come from the birds. I feel like if you're into that, you know that type of message that can come in. Meditate, messages come in that way. Quiet the mind. Close down the rat-a-tat-tat. This is a rat-a-tat-tat group. Close it down so you can think clearly and you can hear clearly the messages coming in. And really, you can tune into your instinct on them that you know already. Hello, deep knowing. Just pulled it. So you can tap into that deep knowing about the situation that you already know and continue on with your treasure island and know that they are looking at you as the treasure. You're their island of treasure, and they want to start building, forming their community on your back, okay? So this is not for you. That's your message. I hope it's been helpful. I think in some cases, yeah, this has been real helpful for someone who needed to hear it. Again, kind of going back and forth, but Please do like this video, hype this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Until next time, let's remember who we are, Taurus, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.